Jai Shri Ram. So today we begin Canto 24. Good omens to Ram. Ram prepares for fight. When Khara of terrible prowess arrived at the hermitage, Ram, they say, with his brother, perceived the same evil portents. Filled with great indignation to see those most ominous portents, harmful to the people, which the Rakshas, Sri Ram said to Lakshman, "Behold, O mighty armed brother, these evil portents of a major type, foreboding universal destruction, that have appeared for the destruction of all the ogres. Those clouds grayish like a donkey, which float in the heavens, are for their part raining torrents of blood with a violent crash. In reference to the smoke arising as an evil portent, all my arrows feel transported with joy at the prospect of a conflict, while my gold-plated bows too are bestirring, as it were, in their endeavor to get strung of themselves. O clever brother! The type of wild birds which are crying here proclaim that security stands ahead for us and risk of life for the ogres. A very great conflict will take place, there is no doubt about it. Throbbing again and again, this right arm of mine foretells victory for us and defeat for the enemy in the immediate future. Moreover, your face is undoubtedly perceived to be extremely radiant and cheerful, O valiant brother. Loss of life surely awaits those, O Lakshman, whose face is bereft of lustre at the time they are ready for combat. Here is the terrible roar of the thundering ogres, as also the crash of kettle drums beaten by the ogres of cruel deeds. A calamity that has not yet arrived must at all events be provided against by a wise man seeking his welfare and apprehending danger. Therefore, taking Sita, a princess of the Videha territory, and carrying your bow, arrow in hand, take cover in a mountain cave, difficult of access and surrounded by trees. Surely, I don't want this command of mine to be opposed by you. Conjured by me in the name of my feet, let you be gone without delay, my darling. You are valiant and mighty indeed and can kill these. There is no doubt about it. I, however, wish to kill all the ogres myself. Seizing his arrow and bow, when commanded thus by Ram, Lakshman with Sita sought for protection a cave which was difficult to access. Saying, I am glad my command has been promptly carried out, when the said Lakshman had duly entered the cave with Sita, Sri Ram for his part donned his coat of mail. Highly adorned with that armor, resplendent as fire, Sri Ram looked like a great flame appeared suddenly in darkness. Lifting his great bow and picking up arrows, the valiant Sri Ram stood rooted there, filling the quarters with the twangs of his bowstring. Then high-souled gods, accompanied by Gandharvas as well as Siddhas with Karanas and two gathered together with intent to witness the combat. Coming together, high-souled rishis too, as well as those recognized as the foremost of Brahmin sages in the world, who had performed virtuous deeds, said to one another in a body, good luck to the cows and the Brahmins as well as to the people who are well established. May Raghav conquer the night stalkers born in the line of sage Pulastya, as did Vishnu, discus in hand, conquer the foremost of all demons on the battlefield. Saying so and looking at one another, they exclaimed again, here are 14,000 ogres of terrible deeds, while the pious-minded Ram is alone. How will there be a conflict under such circumstances? Speaking thus, royal sages and siddhas, accompanied by their entourage, as also gods and the foremost of Brahmins, seated in their aerial cars, stood filled with curiosity. All living beings who were ignorant of Sri Ram's greatness felt stricken with fear at that time to behold Ram, invested with martial glory, standing in the van of fight. While the foregoing words wide verses 21 to 23 were being sympathetically uttered by the gods, Gandharvas, and Karanas, the army of the ogres, armed with fearful shields and weapons and distinguished by equally fearful ensigns, closed in on all sides, making a deep road. The highly tumultuous noise of these ogres, who were uttering heroic slogans, approaching one another to give instructions in tactics of war, twanging their bows and bounding again and again in their drunkenness, making clamorous sounds and also beating their drums, filled that forest. Terribly frightened by that noise, the wild beasts of prey ran away to a far off place where the sound could not be heard, and did not look behind. Nay, wielding various weapons, that army of great impetuosity deep in the ocean headed towards Ram. Casting his eyes on all sides and moving forward to give battle, Sri Ram too, who was skilled in warfare, surveyed that army of Khara. Nay, drawing at full length his terrible bow and pulling out arrows from his quiver, he summoned to his aid violent anger for the destruction of the ogres, and burning with anger, he was dreadful to look at, like fire at the time of universal dissolution. Seeing him invested with martial glory, the sylvan deities felt sore distressed. The form of angry Sri Ram then looked like that of Lord Rudra, the wielder of the Pinaka bow, out to wreck the sacrificial performance of Daksha. With their bows, ornaments, and chariots, as well as with their coats of mail shining like fire, the army of the flesh eating ogres looked like a blue mass of cloud at sunrise. Thus ends Canto 24 in the Aranyakand of the glorious Ramayan of Valmiki, the work of a rishi and the oldest epic. Jai Shri Ram.